Hello, I just kind of like hope you're enjoying this blanket, and you want to know how much yarn I use for this nice, thick, warm blanket. So it just kind of it's big blanket, so it just kind of like I will say say how much yarn I use. So I had a it's at the balls autumn leaves. Unfortunately, this particular company it's kind of stopped for a while to producing, so you maybe need to find something because I really like this yarn because it's acrylic with the wool, and it's that wool it makes nice and warm. Altogether I used 12 balls of yarn of this one, and then I needed to get another one that it's like a 400-gram ball, because I needed to find the cover. That's this cover, it's in here, so that just kind of nice blend it. So altogether it would be 16 balls of yarn. So it's kind of specific, it's iron with the wool. So it just the iron is will be in UK, and in US I think it will be worsted yarn. So it just kind of and in each when you buy a yarn, you can see all information. What is this? What is this? For example, in here, premium acrylic, wool, and viscose. So, and it's kind of approximately say how many meters, and then they are show what you need, what size of hook, what is this for you. So that kind of knows that, and in the same time, it's your tension or gouge. You kind of see you can substitute find what kind of yarn you like it, but I'm just kind of let you know approximately how much yarn you will use for specific this blanket. So it will be roughly 16 balls of yarn, and then I have another this blanket. For this blanket it's a little bit smaller. It's kind of 132 centimeters by 132 centimeters. So 1 meter and 32 centimeters. So, and for this specific blanket, I use this yarn, but I actually I like the colors, and I when you buy yarn, try to pick up from one brand. It's just kind of because when you buy different brands, so the yarn thickness itself it can be different. You just kind of look for that. Sometimes they are okay, and sometimes they can be kind of tricky. Specific for this yarn, I use cream color, light blue, and dark blue. So I needed 4 balls of cream, 3 balls of light blue, and 2 balls of dark blue. That was actually left from the balls. So altogether, I had 9 balls of yarn. Then same time, and as you can see, as this one in here as well. So it's just kind of what kind of type of yarn, how many meters you have inside, and then you actually kind of see what kind of no hook. It's if it doesn't show the hook, usually I'm just kind of look at where's it for a knitting needles. Yes, I usually it's almost it's like same size. So if it's say in here 4 millimeter knitting yarn, knitting needles, so hook size will be same as well, 4 millimeter hook size. So, and same time in here shows your tension or gouge, what you are needed for your um know how it works better. So it's kind of I hope it helps you to figure out how big the blanket you want, and how many yarn balls you need to get it. So in UK it will be double knit yarn, because this one is double knit yarn, and US it will be light worsted yarn. So I hope it actually helps you to figure out how much yarn you need for this project.